I don't feel like I should say anything, considering the fact that we're probably about to get a protest, which is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to pause. I almost guarantee it. Actually, I'm not even supposed to pause, technically. So, yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We're live, I guess. Not a whole lot to say about that. You know, these two teams haven't faced off before, I don't believe. If they have, it was before when GTS was a team prior, which was months ago, I believe, back when Truth was running his own league. We have Watermelon Snooze facing off against Team GTS, obviously on Chalet. First round defenses, basement, very predictable site. You know, it's just about knowing how to defend it and defending it better than the attacking team knows how to attack or attacks. This is a mirror map, this isn't a Clash map, that's why we have that mirror ban. And even then, Clash isn't a terribly great ban. Pardon me while I multitask. But the bans they're sensical. It's sensible. I don't know why I'm saying sensical. That's not a word. But it's a bit strange to see the Nomad ban. I mean, it makes sense. It just, you don't normally see it on this map. You more usually see that Thatcher ban, which actually saw from GTS. Combined with the Kaid ban, makes it a bit harder and a bit easier to get walls. At least in terms of keeping walls closed. Removing that Kaid is going to make it a lot harder for the defending team, for them especially, considering they're defending first, so they're guaranteed 6 rounds. You know, it's not necessarily guaranteed that Cayman and the rest of Watermelon Snooze are going to get 6 rounds on defense. It's a possibility. I would say that it's a likelihood that they get a good amount of rounds, but I don't know. You know, the problem with Watermelon Snooze, if people haven't figured it out yet, is that although they do what they do very well, they do the same thing over and over again. It's the mentality of it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and if it is broke, don't fix it either. As MVPK will pick up the first kill of this match onto Williams. Removing that, Ash is going to take an edge really off of Snooze, as Cayman will pick up a frag there. He's on the objective. He has a diffuser. He could potentially plant here, as Jimmer will take down Greasy. And now it's looking like a 4v3 here, as GTS still has partial control of the site, and that mute there of MVPK in that blue area going to actually push him into wine, throws out a Nitro, scuffed Nitro as well. Jocko takes a bit of damage, but he will pick off Wills. Plant goes down there from Cayman. MVPK with a double kill now. It's up to just Jimmer, and Trix will get a frag. Looks for another one potentially onto Peaks Jocko there. Holding Wine Cellar actually spots Trix, takes him down, doesn't finish him off yet, but certainly brought him to DBNO, which is going to really help Seems Jazz is picking up this first round here. So you can see Jimmer gonna spot peeks, looks for Jacko, will pick him up, and that'll be the round there as Snus takes an early lead here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Good first round there for Cayman and the rest of Watermelon Snus. I mean, it was a pretty predictable, simple push, but it was effective. That's what matters in most cases is, does it work? In that case, the answer is yes, and that's what net them the round. I mean, it's another basement defense here for GTS. They're obviously changing it up a bit. I believe they moved that shield into position from last round. I'm probably wrong. I think that they that before the last round just got cleared out pretty early on by Williams as the Ash is now switched to Twitch, strangely enough, and we're back to a bit more classic Snus lineup. They're well known, rather, for running 4 hard reachers in a lineup. Obviously not running 4 hard reachers here, but still a very support-heavy lineup. The only person that I would argue isn't support is Phil's here, as the Zoph, but the rest of them are varying degrees of support. You have Jimmer, who you could argue maybe a flex, considering that he has frag grenades and an LMG, but usually teams want to keep that stim alive, that Finka Surge. And then obviously the soft support or secondary support of Williams, combined with the mix between soft support and secondary support, as well as some intel with Trix and the very classic ace here of Cayman. It's a very quintessential Snus lineup, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just facts. Greasy will actually push forward, takes down Jimmer, surprisingly enough, will shoot through that pre-fire, gets an early lead here for GTS, at least in terms of manpower. Look to reconcile after losing that first round here. Strangely enough, MVPK playing in Mudroom as Trix will pick off Kid Golf, and that's a really big frag there for Watermelon Snus, as removing that smoke, removing 30 seconds of push denial, 30 seconds of potential plant denial. It's going to be really big for them here. Obviously, not the end of the world for GTS, but still not a great spot for them to be in. Let's be honest. I don't know what Trix is doing. Why did you throw a cam on that? It was very clearly muted. Peaks will take down Cayman, and Greasy chooses to get a double kill onto Williams instead that just fills in Trix here. Trix will get that wall open, luckily managed to take out the mute jammer, but Nitro almost goes out there from Greasy to take him down. Will rotate back, getting a bit more aggressive, maybe looking for the 30 yards. Jacko will pick off Bills, but the just Trix cornered, takes down Greasy and traded by Jacko for the end of the round. And GTS is 1-1 now. Good opening rally for them. Pretty good showing there from both teams in the first rounds. A good taste, really, of what we should expect from either team's playstyle. GTS very predictable, I'd say, in the sense that they are, as I would expect, aggressive. It works for them to an extent. I would say sometimes they might get over-aggressive, so they need to really avoid that. And then, Hockey and the rest of Snus running the same attack 2 rounds in a row, pretty much. They did show some terms of, to an extent, some flexibility in how they attacked. You saw the ace get picked off, I believe, pretty early without getting that wall down over in the trench side. I often call it boiler. And they managed to just pick that up using Triex with the, some people call can openers, just secondary hard breach gadget, which I don't normally see teams using those besides for hatches on bank or on any map that requires a number of hatches, on a basement site, namely. So, a bit of a unique little showing, but still, it's the same theoretical push there. The problem is that although they are well coordinated, they don't do well at adapting. You know, they have pretty similar lineups for these past 3 rounds. I think the only change has been an Ayana in some rounds. One round we had a Twitch, another round we had an Ashe, so I don't feel that we are seeing a ton of variation here in terms of lineup. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's indicative really of how they wish to play, which is very just plain. I think it's a good way to put it. Might be a bit of a skewed way to put it, but this isn't necessarily a super biased thing. I don't know what to tell you all, because this is moving rather slowly, and that's another classic part of the Snus attack, is that they move at their own pace. They don't feel obligated to rush unless they need to get an execute down and they're low on time. They take their time, they use their drones, they get their intel, and then they win their gunfights, or at least they try to. Greasy gonna take out one of the drones there of Hockey and the rest of Snooze's. That might actually attract the attention of Williams, holding the angle here. Looks away right as Greasy peeks, and that'll be the end of Williams. 4v5, 3v5 now, and traded out by Phils, but took out Cayman as well for 2 big frags to open up the round there for GTS. Taking out not only the hard breach, but also Williams with the heals, the res potentially taken off the board if it comes down to it in that sort of situation, or with removing that Finca. So a bad start here for the attacking team. Again, this is a bit similar to their last round, where even though they took down a smoke, they still were in a bad spot, relatively speaking. So you can see, though, they have about a minute left. They still need to get the wall. So that's I believe, the second time where Triex has had to put up a wall. And they still have to, after that, they still have to get on the objective and get a defuse down against GTS, who has almost full manpower here. And they have a lot of their key positions still held, as Phils will take down Kid Golf quite easily, it seems. Jackie going to take a bit of damage there, I believe, from a frag from below from Jimmer. They're just feeding him intel now, as he might be looking for another frag. No, Phil's going to try and push forward here. Has the LMGE, but not enough to take down Peaks, who will get the frag. And it's now up to just Triex and Jimmer again. This time, once more, Triex in this position. This time with Jimmer. Last round was with Phil's. So needs to continue to be a reliable source here for his team, as Jimmer will take down Jacko, who's doing quite well for his team. Peaks might actually look to get a kill here, look to stop this plant, as Triex will get the plant down. MVP going to rotate around potentially towards that mezzanine side. Peaks going to lay down some suppressive fire here. And Triex is just going to find a nice comfortable spot right onto the diffuser practically. Jimmer holding the angle onto the rotate, takes down Peaks, and that'll be MVP getting a nitro on a Triex for a 1v1 now to just him and Jimmer here. In the post plant, does need to get the defuse down, as Jimmer might be looking to actually get a frag out. Getting a bit aggressive here, will push forward. Stops at the rotate though, stops at that hole that was opened up by Triex. Will lower Jimmer quite heavily. Still needs to get the kill though, or at least get something to happen here. Runs out and caught by Jimmer on the window. And that'll be another round for Hockey and for Watermelon Snooze. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to remove all the hype from this match, at least momentarily, but we have to pause because there's currently a protest going on. GTS is protesting off-roster use, or unimproved off-roster use, pardon me, by Watermelon Snooze in the form of Jimmer, which is apparently an alt account for somebody. I don't know who. Knowing Snooze, if I had to guess, I would think Jimmer. Because they literally have Jimmer on the roster, which is kind of funny. I don't know. At this point, we just need this off roster to get handled as soon as possible. We have to rehost.
Escargot.
Escargot, calm down, buddy.
Yeah, relax yourself, fam. You don't want to get hit with the 1-2 machine, don't you? You got me on the hand cam right now with fucking dudes, bro. On phone them. You really be preying on GT's downfall. All this for D2. Fuck you. Piece of poop. Spitting these bars. Spitting on you. Spitting on the dick.
Yeah.
I'll make you nut quick. Wonder if he's in game chat in his streams here and all this. Probably.
Alright, we're playing with Jimmer V1. If you don't like it, you guys can just stop playing. It really, like...
No, we'll play.
Okay.
We'll play.
Yeah.
We'll play.
So what was the
Well,
point?
that was fucking dumb.
This?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a waste of everybody's time.
So did you
That
guys
was
like
very
really think we're
literal.
gonna find a whole nother Jimmer?
We got 10 Jimmers. We know every Jimmer in the
don't
game.
know.
Can name change, dude.
Like, do you know how hard it is to find another Jimmer?
I'm Jim.
Name one on top of your head right now.
Wow.
Jimmer
Because
V1.
besides being a fucking idiot,
This is like the
name one right
craziest
now.
three hosts I've ever seen.
I know a
in my life.
Jimmer V9.
This is the
no,
worst.
no.
Oscar, this is worse than the people who like called you on Thatcher Elite. And like,
Oh yeah,
Thatcher
I
Elite's
fucking
bad.
did. And then any Chimera too.
You guys in full yellow jumpsuits. Oh my
Oh
god.
my fucking god, dude.
Negatory brain cells.
Yep. What the fuck? Oh, it went
Man,
back to
I'm
party
just out here
chat.
trying not to die. Like,
I know, Mason. I'm
Sorry
so
for
sorry.
that.
I'm literally like, this is supposed to be done an hour
Stupidest
ago.
shit ever. I gotta need to
I know.
fucking be
Those-
asleep by 8 something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are on, man. Oh, what a waste of time. I'm gonna go pack up lunch for tomorrow.
We really have the time to go find somebody else named Jimmer.
Wills, hey, you never know. Like, have you ever just called everybody in the phone book? You just go last name Jimmer. Do you happen to be good at Siege on PS4? Like, what are you doing?
Yo, I don't think Jimmer V1's on the roster, man.
It's a fucking name change, you idiot.
Like,
Hey,
Jesus
Don't
Christ.
talk to me like that. I'll get the.
Tell this thing, please start
I'll
getting
get
it.
the.
This shit is just
no,
pissing me off.
He's setting up the thing, Wills. He's adding the rounds.
If you're
acting
mad,
slow
just
as
leave.
hell.
If you're mad, just leave. It's D2.
Why the fuck would I leave? This is gonna be the easiest game.
Yeah, it's D2. What the fuck do you care for? Yeah, it's,
Why are you?
It's
You care so
literally-
much. You're the one caring.
you're the one that cares. You called the fucking rehost, you idiot.
Jimmer, he's a child. Jimmer, like,
I'm
you
good,
have kids
Gracious,
older
I
than
got shit
him.
to do.
I know.
Hey,
Then do shit. You don't need to play D2. It's not that. It's not that promising. Just
Hey
do
guys,
Hey,
let's have a good game tonight.
I'm going pro.
who plugged in the walkie-talkie?
Yo, Mason, remember those cans? Like when you had cans like from like one tree to another? Oh, that was the shit.
Oh, with the string.
Remember when I was
Yeah,
bad?
with the string.
My god, dude. Oh, what's up? Are they still in party chat or are they here?
No, we're Oscar.
50.
This man's like,
talking about
Oh,
them.
them. Talking about them, you idiot.
oh, I don't know what
Just
they're
start the
doing.
server or what the hell's going on?
He has to do the round count. He's just.
This
he
is our
like,
only time
American?
we've ever spent game chat not insulting
American.
Damon.
Are you
Hey,
guys
Mason,
American?
I'm embracing the one chance I get.
Cool.
I'm already offended. What is this?
Bom P, cabrón.
Should be.
Hey guys, I didn't know if you guys didn't know, but Jim Everyone is not on your current roster.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm not even responding to this shit. I'm not. It's not worth it.
What time do you work tomorrow, Wills? Are you still on the 3 to 6?
3:30. I had to
or-
wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
He starts at, what is it, 5?
And then half the fucking
supervisor.
supervisors there got COVID, so it's literally only me and my boss running the whole show.
Damn.
So it's just a fucking shit show.
Did you work
Wills,
Christmas
how
or
you
New
like your
Year's?
first week back?
It wasn't bad, honestly. It's just, they be annoying me. You said, did I work on New Year's?
Or Christmas?
No,
Did
I
you get like the
said-
triple
No, I
time?
didn't work on any. I had all that off. I worked Monday.
Nice.
What was that? 2 days after Christmas. It was holiday paid also.
2 days after Christmas.
Guys, did you know Jimmer V1 isn't on the roster?
It's okay. Who are we bringing in next? We do have Jim Renner
Attention.
in here somewhere.
Bring in every fucking Jimmer.
Can we all play our Jimmer
Everybody,
accounts?
everybody just
Jimmy,
use
you want
Jimmer
to
Yeah,
stand
accounts.
up?
that's the play, boys. That's the play. Everyone changes their name next week.
Alright, I'm gonna change my name to...
5 name changes, different Jimmers.
Phil's New Cayman. There we go.
Exactly.
Phil's New Cayman. Oh my god.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
out of
understand
understand, so this is all I got. So
What happened to Jim Renner, Jimmer?
You choose the
That
name?
is this account.
That is
That's
okay.
the
When
one,
did
I
you
told
change?
you, that's
When
the
did you do
one.
that name
What the fuck
change?
you
That must be
doing?
recent.
Oh, the other day.
Okay.
Hey, he's not here. We don't got the real Jimmer here. This isn't the real one, dude. This is
And
Jimmer
Jimmer
V1.
do you have a screenshot, Jimmer, of the V1 name change from
I can
JX?
send it to the snap.
Thanks,
I was just
Mace.
doing that. Or I can,
Sorry.
of this account at least.
Please just send it, because apparently Jimmer V1
This is so
not an
yeah.
account thing.
Mason, this is why you're like our
There you go.
secretary.
I'm
Oh, this is
HR
why I
and
hate playing
secretary.
this fucking game sometimes.
There's no pay and the work sucks.
I'm a bit confused. Does that say it changed on January 5th? Or am I tripping? Do I not know how to read dates?
It's that COVID get into his brain.
I don't know. Is
This
it
shit is
month
just the dumbest
month
thing
day
in my life.
day?
No, because the second one is a 22 down in 2019.
So
it
they
has to
were
be
saying,
January
what accounts
5th,
do you have on there as Jimmer?
This account.
He's got the JX account on here, like from
Which
forever
is the
ago.
Jimmer, which is Jimmer
Oh, the
V1 now.
JXMM, whatever.
But yeah, bro, it was.
Oh my, people act like you can't fucking name change in this game.
Jimmer V1 is not in your roster. You must leave lobby now.
It's okay. Hey, guys, time out. They're in party chat right now, seriously
Oh, we know. We
counter-stratting
fucking know.
our default chalet.
I don't even
Oh,
give a
fucking
fuck.
know.
I was just literally.
Alright, guys, now this is what we're gonna do right here. I'll tell you what.
The slate southern
This is just the stupidest thing I ever had to deal with in my life.
We're finally starting it back up. They are, to whoever asked that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So we've restarted. Same bands, technically, just different sides on who gets the band now.
Seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to go. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Camera ready to activate. Preparing concussion. Camera ready to activate. Initiating jammer.
Okay, we're back. Williams just killed Jacko. I don't know if this is going to deflate all the air out of GTS, or as they are sometimes referred to, GTs.
A bomb has been located.
Deploying Selma. Cam deployed.
2v2, 1v2, Peaks takes down Williams, gets up to just Phils, MVPK takes down Phils. Okay, that's the end of the round. Excellent.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Mag change. ATS, up to the left. Stay clear of ATS.
Before insertion.
Activated device.
5 seconds left.
Conan has the shield.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Conan station, position reagent, deployed. Laser gate in position.
Okay, top floor hold. Looks pretty stereotypical. You got the Rooney, you got a Thunderbird as I expect.
Swapping to Gemini.
Yeah, Williams takes down Greasy for 5v4 now. Okay.
Cam deployed. Argus ready. Activating Selma.
A bomb has been located.
Okay, I sure just went out. I don't know to where. Greasy and MVPK are out of the round. It's looking so far like this might be another watermelon snooze round here. A bit of assistance there from Triax. This came in Williams looked to get a frag in. Does get one in. Obviously, the other one got zapped by the ADS. Triax will push forward here. Looks to take down the piano. He will get it, but gets a frag there onto Jack up to just Golf. And Peaks Golf got the kill here onto Williams. Looks for a second one here. Potentially into Cayman. Spots him looking for the plant. What is Cayman doing? Cayman, why did you do that? It's a 3v2 now. Will pretty much immediately get traded by Jimmer, who all of a sudden, you know, you rehost and, oh wow, you know, what a big difference. He has one kill. Same dude. That's my opinion, at least. You all can believe what you want to believe, I guess. But that's what I believe, is that it's the same dude. And it's been 40 minutes and we're not even back where we started. So, thank you GTS for wasting all this time on literally one letter, or one number.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Bomb is set. All ATS deployed and ready to go. Heads in position. Device position. Place device. You can stop worrying about it.
10 seconds left.
Device set.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Another top floor hold here from GTS. Changed their lineup a bit. Now they have a pulse in play, which is going to be interesting. I don't know how Cayman and the rest of Snus is going to respond to having to deal with a pulse. I don't normally see them having to play against pulse, so I don't really know, but it'll be strange to see how they react. I think Kid Golf might have actually just gotten droned out there, and he will take a good amount of damage, and that's one of the strengths here of Snus, is that they're very well coordinated, especially when it comes to getting from the drone to the player. That's why Kid Golf took damage so immediately down, and the fact that he was in the middle of a hallway while being droned out certainly did not help him. And now Trance will take down Kid Golf. It's a 5v3 here, and it's not looking so hot for GTS. It's not at the moment. Obviously, could make a comeback, but still, it's going to be a risky territory for them. I believe they still have a player offside. Yeah, they still have Greasy and Fireplace when it's a 5v3. I don't know why. There's one thing that GTS is, not GTS, Watermelon Snus isn't known for. It's getting flanked. Probably because it's a mix of them doing good flank watch work and the teams they faced being teams that don't like to do flanks. As you can see, Greasy going to finally rotate back to site. About a half the round remains here. I believe a Nitro might have gone out there for MVPK. No, he's still going to hold on to it, which might give him a bit of an edge in that late game. As you can see, we'll fall back to Piano. Might be looking for a jump out here. Does prep it in case somebody is trying to play bathroom side or maybe even in the library area. As you can see now, an H-Charge will go down from Cayman. 2 of his 3 there, as he's already used all his utility up, sadly. Still, however, good amount of time for them to get an execute down, and they are making good progress. They have solar, they have a wall onto the objectives. So now they could pretty much just slide right into default and get a plant down, assuming that they could cut off that rotate there into the closet. Obviously, Greasy going to be another big problem as MVP takes down 3x. Moving the 0 as well as Williams on the Finca. Cayman going to look for the plant now. As GTS might still be able to disrupt that. Jimmer gets a double kill on a Greasy, and they're playing this exactly how they should have as they get the plant down. Jimmer gets the 3k onto Peaks, and MVP getting the last one left. Shut down by Cayman, and that's a round there for Watermelon Snus. Pretty much textbook, I'd say, for them. Not so much that GTS is playing poorly, but it's just that they're hitting their stride now. Watermelon Snus is. You know, that last round, they pincered out a roamer. They protected their flank. They took the areas that they needed to take. They got a wall, and then they got the execute down, or they started getting the execute down, and then Jimmer was just fed kills, because let's be honest, he just picked up, what, 3 kills in that round? 2 or 3? Just simply by holding the rotate, which, my opinion is that I feel you shouldn't be losing 2 players just because a guy is holding a rotate, or an attacker is holding off the defender's rotate. You could disagree or whatever, but that's my opinion, is that that's not something that you can really afford, or that should really be happening. But, you know, it was a very plain but effective all there for them, or attack there for them, pardon me.
Device positioned.
Kona prep to heal.
You can stop worrying about grenades now. Device positioned.
10 seconds to insertion.
ATS deployed, ready to go. Deploying magnet.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Back to basement here for GTS, back to the one seat that they've won so far. Obviously, you know, it's 4 rounds in, so it's not like they can have a whole lot of variety in terms of the sites that they go to, but if they really wanted to, they could have gone to every objective once now. Instead, they've spent, what, 2 rounds here, and including this round, and 2 rounds on the top floor, which were both unsuccessful. I think it makes sense that they go back to a site that they are, technically speaking, undefeated on. Four v5 now. Peaks takes down Jimmer, and there's the end of a player who actually got a protest over him earlier. Was playing Jimmer v2, potentially a different player, is what was being argued by GTS. I personally disagree with that, but still.
Setting up a sequential breach. Setting a net.
See, Peak's going to take some damage there on the roam. Did manage to pick off Jimmer, so he's obviously got his job done as Cayman will fall at the hands of Jacko. And now it's looking like a difficult rest of the round here for Watermelon Snus. Obviously, they still have a good amount of utility. They still have a secondary hard reach. They still have fills with the lifelines there, the 2 impacts, 2 stuns, assuming that he has all that remaining, which is likely. But it's going to be a hard rest of the round for them, really, with that in mind. Clearing out that shield a bit similar to what we saw in that very first round before the rehost, but not really going to be enough. 2v5, Greasy will take down Williams. Trix will pick off Kid Golf. I'm looking for another one here on the blue side. Realize there's somebody that is over there near Wine, behind sort of island of forms, and GTS will take down PK, pardon me, takes down Trix, traded out by Phils, as Phils might look for another one here. Still has to clutch a 1v3, 45 seconds left, so plenty of time should GTS decide to try and play rather aggressively, which is sort of their brand, I'd say. As you can see, Jacko, again, pretty much just trying to get into a gunfight here against Phils. I don't know if Phils is really expecting that. Gonna alert Jacko to his presence over on that sort of water boiler side. CP's gonna rotate as well. It is a bit damaged, but it could certainly heal up courtesy of one of the Thunderbird Kona stations. Phil's gonna push in here. Needs to get this kill. Low time as well, so potentially look for Flint. Does take down Jacko, looking for a 4th here onto Peaks. Peaks, all he has to do is pretty much just sit there and hold an angle. Phil's gonna swing, looks for one, and shut down by Peaks. Just didn't have enough health to afford that swing. And that was the end of the round there. And it's 2-2 now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Another top floor hold here for GTS. They're 0-2 in top floor, which is quite unfortunate. Admittedly, I'd say it's a harder site on this map. I don't know why they don't go to Barn Gaming. I think Barn Gaming is probably the easiest on this map. That or the second easiest behind Basement. But it's not... I would say that it's not a terrible site. It's just difficult to hold because of the fact that you can pretty much cut the objective in half just by holding this window. Obviously, you know, the downside is you have to watch out for a run out, but that's all the way on the basement, and somebody could very easily just put an air jab on that and puts a sort of pin on the issue unless somebody tries to jump out from trophy. But it seems too easy for the attack to separate players on this site, or that gives them an edge. Now, sure, Snus feels pretty confident on this site. I mean, they're 2 for 2 here. Could potentially change with the GTS win, which would bring them to at least an even close at half, but certainly does not look to be that way, considering that they've lost this site twice, not twice, offset, twice in a row. Phils will take down Greasy, and it's looking like a poor open here for MVPK and the rest of GTS for this round here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
As you can see, Gaming can get some these charges down. Might actually have one still left, so it could potentially get something to happen there. As both impacts used up by Jacko, only has MVPK's 1 impact left should they decide to try again to close that wall, but I think that that's going to just guarantee them pretty much an open, 2 open ways onto site, technically speaking. Kid Golf still holding the piano here, as you can tell. Might be the key player here for his team. 5v3 German will pick off peaks. See Jacko holding the breach. MVPK is just playing in that bathroom area, and on the Snooze side, as you can tell, Finka Williams just playing library, unsurprisingly. Drake's trying to contribute as well as Phils, who's sort of playing in between, came in more towards the breach side, and then the odd one out, I'd say, is Jimmer, who's just playing around. He's playing below, trying to make sure their flank is secure, trying to get an extra kill here, which would be very impactful. MVPK is holding that sort of flank. The solar side here might actually look to inch downwards towards Jimmer to get another kill, as Phils would take down Kid Golf, and that looks to be the collapse of the objective here. Jacko going to try and hold him off. We'll pick off Peaks. Triax, pardon me, as Jacko will fall and Williams will die. That's the round, 3-2.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Phils will take down Greasy. Oddly enough, we have a kitchen and dining hold here. It used to be kitchen and trophy, so this technically would have been the objective. Back on Old Shelly, this was, on the old map, this was probably the strongest site.
Activating drone. Adrenaline search incoming.
And I don't even know what to say at this point. This is just confusing, frankly. Okay, that is strange. There's an arrow on top of Peaks. I don't know why. It's some new development. It's only pointing one direction. regardless of where I orient it, which is really strange. I don't know why. I'm sure gonna go out there. Not set off just yet, but I believe Peak's looking to detonate it potentially. Is it pre-placed? Might be on that doorway there that's currently being pushed there by Trix, and I believe accompanied there by Williams. Just a very classic Snus lineup at this point. Doing what they do best, which is simply pushing the objective in a simple but effective manner. As Kid Golf is out as well. Now a two-man advantage is developed here for Snus, 4v2. MVPK TKs as he also picks off Williams, so at least he trades. I think he almost damaged Peak there, because they're both right behind each other, and they're pretty badly outnumbered, and in a post plant. Need to retake the objective, and Peak will try and get foot on the objective. Does get it, at the cost of a good amount of his health there. Peaks is right on the edge, trying to find somebody. Does not realize that Cayman's literally right there, and does take his head off, as it's a 3v1, Phils will pick off MVPK. So it's really up to just Peaks here to get an even split at half, which seems frankly unlikely considering the numbers and considering the fact that it's a post plant. And it's a 4-2 split here for Snus.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I'm on guard. Benchies. Deploying welcome mat. Magnet deployed.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Let them come.
Bomb located by attackers.
Also, an unrelated note, congrats to Phils. He has 10 kills. Rhyme was not intended. I was going to say double digits, but I just decided to go with 10 kills. So good job to him.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Okay. At this point, I don't even know. 45. Kid Golf will take down Phils. And already a bad opening here. And it's only 30 seconds in for Watermelon Snus. You can see Kid Golf can look to push forward here with the LMGE. Zof shotgun came on. Zof shotgun, Zof LMG. I don't know what I'm saying. It would be an interesting shotgun if it had 150 rounds, though, to be honest. Cayman will take down Kid Golf. Does technically trade his teammate out. A bit of a late trade, sure, but to take down the Zof, remove some utility, remove those stuns, which could be used potentially to burn through some of those now unfortunately absent my discs, as well as the ADSs, and that might be the end here, or the beginning of the end of the game in hockey. I mean, he's going to get pushed here from Jacko. We'll take a bit of damage there onto Jacko, as well as a leave onto Greasy. Might have just been friendly fire, but still, he got work out of it. Obviously, they're now at a man disadvantage, but he got one frag, and he damaged Greasy and Jacko. So within a loss, there's a small victory, I'd say. That was something that we saw to an extent with GTS, I'd say to a lesser extent. You know, a lot of times they would be losing objective, losing these roamers early. I would say that's not as evident so far. Obviously, we're only one round in out of potentially 8 for Watermelon Snooze. Trinks will take down Beaks, and now it's back to even numbers here with 40 seconds left. 50, pardon me. About 5 seconds off. Still, Trinks is available here. He could get a kill. We will look for one. We'll trade out Greasy for Jimmer, and Williams will get a pick of his own on MVP. Can't touch just Jacko here. Looking to clutch up in a 1v2. Spots Trix, stops him from getting that final smoke down. Pretty good frag there as Williams is the last one left here. Looking to stop a plant there from Jacko. Will actually drop. Hears him. Don't know if Jacko hears that, though. Alerts Jacko to his presence. Jacko now knows that he's behind the bar, holding the angle here, waiting it out, really. Williams going to try and sneak. Here's Jacko reload. Williams might actually rotate, potentially. Low time here as Jacko will score. Spots him, takes him out. And that'll be a 4-3 advantage collapsing here for Watermelon Snooze. Still a not great round for either team, let's be honest there. As Snooze, they just lost Library really early. Nobody was there to check off Library Balcony, which, to be honest, there's no way to really protect that from the outside. No aggressive runouts, really. But even then, you know, came in, just lost the gunfights. And similar line of reasoning, I'd say, for the first map. Or for the first half, pardon me, which was just GTS was losing their gunfights. And then that last round, although it was quite close, they won their gunfights. They got what they needed to get, which was just removing the vertical control. Or they removed what they needed to remove. I would say there was a bit of a mistake there made at the end by I believe it was Phil's. It might have been Williams as the Jaeger in terms of dropping. I think he should have stayed up, considering that those two hatches can cover pretty much all of both objectives, and you can't plant in that connector area right here. So I'd say that was a bit of an error made by them, which probably cost them the round, considering that Jacko had already dropped, so he was already on the objective. And it's not like he's a Mario. You can't Gara back up and deal with that directly, so yeah, he would have to fight vertical, which is not impossible, but it's certainly not easy to fight against a player who is above you.
10 seconds left before it's turn. 5 seconds left. The objective is to defuse the bomb.
Okay, lovely. I'll be back. Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.